Fitbit had something to prove when it launched its first true smartwatch last year, so it's no surprise the Ionic is stuffed full of features. It not only tracks a comprehensive range of fitness metrics and provides on-screen workout tutorials, but also stores your music, streams to Bluetooth headphones, runs third-party apps, and makes contactless payments. It even has a blood oxygen sensor that's currently turned off and useless. It's also not a surprise then that the Ionic wasn't cheap. While $300 isn't much compared to the Apple Watch and Samsung's Gear Sport, it might put off people who are fitness novices looking for a simpler device. The Ionic also didn't look like a regular watch thanks to its hexagonal design that screams Fitbit. The company addresses all that with its second smartwatch, the Versa. For starters, it will cost just $200 and comes with a simplified operating system that reduces the swipes you need to see your daily info. Most importantly, the Versa is the most attractive Fitbit yet. Yeah, it looks a lot like a slightly wider Apple Watch, square face and all, but compared to the awkwardly geometric Fitbits of the past, the Versa has a design that blends in nicely. People have gotten used to the way an Apple Watch looks, so the Versa's resemblance to that is an asset. If you get the rose gold case and the right accessories, you may even find the Fitbit prettier than the Apple Watch. Aesthetics aside, much of the hardware here is similar to the Ionic. The Versa's 1:1 screen aspect ratio is slightly wider than the Ionic's, but both displays are just as crisp and bright. The images in the background of the Coach app still look vibrant and clear on the Versa. With the new display dimensions, apps that worked on the Ionic will need to be tweaked to fit on the Versa. Meanwhile, the Versa has the same heart rate sensor and water resistance rating as the Ionic, making it a great device for tracking your swims. It even has the same inactive blood oxygen sensor on board, just sitting around waiting for Fitbit to activate it. But there are a few key differences. The Versa doesn't have GPS built in. You have to use your phone's GPS if you want to track your running route. Also, in the US, the basic version of the Versa is missing NFC for Fitbit Pay. You'll have to shell out an extra $30 for the special edition to get that function. These are trade-offs you'll have to accept for the $100 drop in price. If you think you'll want to run outside without bringing your phone, you should probably pick the Ionic. As for the Versa's actual performance, again, there are no surprises here. The watch does a good job of noticing when I've started any activity, as long as I've been at it for about 10 minutes. I wore it to a boxing class, and the Versa accurately recognized, thanks to my elevated heart rate, that I worked out for about 45 minutes. If I wanted to capture more information from that session, like calories burned, duration of activity, and pulse performance, I could also launch workout mode from the watch's exercise app. One of the main differences between the Versa and the Ionic is the updated operating system. The Versa will ship with Fitbit OS 2.0, which the Ionic will get later this year. The new software places a dashboard under the home screen, so you can see your day's stats by just swiping up. To do that on the Ionic, you had to swipe to the left to pull up your apps and then launch the Today app. OS 2.0 just reduces the steps to 1. Notifications also got an overhaul. You can swipe down from the home screen or long press the top right physical button. When an alert comes in, it peeks down from the top and you can flick it away. But if you're paired to an Android, you'll be able to reply to messages from your wrist. Too bad this feature isn't live yet and won't roll out until May. Another feature that won't arrive till May is female health tracking, as in tracking your menstrual cycle so you can look out for symptoms or when you're ovulating. You can already download apps on your phone that do this, but it'll be nice to see this integrated with the rest of the information Fitbit already has. In the months since the Ionic launched, Fitbit has grown its app and watch face count to 550. You'll find nifty options like Yelp, Nest, Philips Hue for smart light control, and the New York Times for news updates. I particularly enjoyed playing 2048 even on the Versa's 1.34-inch screen. I can't tell yet if it lives up to Fitbit's battery life claim of 4+ days, but so far I've used the watch for at least 2 workouts, and with an average stream of notifications and a few rounds of 2048, it's only gone down to 60%. That means it'll potentially last up to 5 days. Ultimately, the things that stand out about the Fitbit Versa are its sub-$200 price and attractive design. This is a Fitbit that finally looks more like a smartwatch than a fitness tracker. With the addition of female health tracking in May, the Versa could be even more helpful to women. It also sucks that GPS isn't built in and NFC is missing. But those are trade-offs for a lower price that's going to help Fitbit reach a bigger audience than it did before.